I could never be gay. I'm a man myself, but I love men. I am not gay. I swear I'm not. I love my men. I'm a man myself. That does not make me gay. Trust me on that. No, I asked the 8-ball and it said affirmative. MANXTERZS. Yep, that's me. Did I do this right? I am excited. All right. So you're ready for story time. Make it as climactic as possible. Oh gosh. Making my coming out story as climactic as possible. Answered like very depressing, sad music. Okay, very sad, very sad music. Imagine there's a violin in the background and you have like Mr. Krabs playing when his little piano, or what's it called? You know that little thing, the violin on his little violin. And imagine just like everything, just like the whole screen is now black and gray. Imagine all those components together. Mixed with just a very sad face on my face. My coming out story is not like many others. May I add, I'm not like the other girls. Points fingers together. My coming out story is honestly one of the most confusing stories ever. And I had no control over it. Sometimes you wish you had control over the book and the pages that you're writing, but sometimes someone else takes the lead over it. It was a very complicated story that it all started back when I was a very young little bean. I was tiny. Can you believe that? Ew, nasty, gross. I was just chilling in my high school days. I was like in grade 10 or something. I was vibing. I was chilling on my little phone. I had a little Nokia phone. This was like what? 9 years ago? 8 or 8. I don't know math. I'm not a magician. And this was a great time. This was a great time. It was so lovely. I had so many lovely friends. I just moved to Canada and it was a great time. But when I was young, my mom decided that I should have been on a website called The Face of the Book. It had a face and it was a book combined together to make a website called Facebook. I was on the Facebooks by force. Not because I wanted to. So I was on Facebook and there were these wonderful trends. It was like LMS for a TBH, which what does that stand for, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. It stands for like my status, for a to be honest. And it was like a thing that you would do in high school for people to post on your feed to basically like give your opinion about them. And I thought, you know, I see this little post from a friend of mine. You know, she was so awesome. She still is. She's so wonderful. And she was still wonderful then. But she decided to make it into a video post. Not just a little status thing like a tweet that you would send out with just words. It was a video. I like my friend's status and I wait a couple of days. Days go by, weeks go by, it becomes months, it becomes a year. I actually didn't, but it was a few days later. And instead of posting it to her wall, she posted it on my Facebook wall where my whole wonderful Italian family decided to, of course, look at that and see the beauty of this like my status for a TBH, but video formatted. This wonderful opinionated video about how I am as a person. And this is a good friend at the time, and she decided to start off the video like this, very simply, with beautiful, colorful language. No joke, Manny, you are my gay best friend. I love you so much. You are so gay, and I love you. I did not think much about it. I thought it was very sweet. And I forgot that my family is on my Facebook and I had them friended on my freaking Facebook wall. So they look at that and all of a sudden there's all these rumors and there's gossiping because my family is Italian families are very gossipy. So my mom runs into my room crying and she was like, "Are you getting bullied again? Do we have to move to another country?" And I was just like very confused. Like I was just so confused. I was like, what do you mean? Am I being bullied? What happened? So she opens her video, like her phone, and she goes to my Facebook wall and she plays the video. And she was just like, "Can you explain what is happening here?" And I was just like, "Oh, nothing. She's just my friend. She didn't say anything bad." And she was like, "Wait, does that mean I'm not gonna be a grandmother?" And she was like, oh, okay, well, you're not getting bullied. Okay, that's good. The next day, my mom buys Magic Mike on DVD. Bruh. She decided as a way to show her support, you know, because she's an ally. Because she's an ally. Okay, she was, you know, hardcore ally. I'm gonna buy to my son Magic Mike on DVD. So I've never watched Magic Mike. I just that part traumatized me. And there's this nice, very like handsome hot man. I don't know if it's John Cena or who it was. Whoever it was. Mucho caliente, but that's beside the point. She just hands me to show her support because she was just like very worried that she thought that like I would think that like my mom would disown me or something of the sort. Which, to be honest, I thought something like that would happen because I would watch these horror videos about coming out stories, which are real. There's a lot of bad sometimes that unfortunately happens. I got the better end of the stick. My mom was just like so happy about it. She was like, oh well, I guess I won't be a grandma. Oh well, let me buy you Magic Mike so we can watch it together. And ever since then, every time I have a birthday, she just sends me like a birthday card, but it has like this man shirtless with like 6-pack shredded, like with happy birthday. I didn't come out because I was never planning to come out. I unfortunately, it happened in a way that like my friend posted something on my wall. My whole family saw it. My whole family was just confused about it, but then like very happy about it. It was just very interesting. And then similar thing happened where my mom found out I was a furry. Like not too long after. It was like a couple of years after it came out. And like my mom saw my ASMR channel and she was just like, oh, that's cute. And I showed her my fursuit and she was like, oh my God, I love it. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So I am not joking when I say my mom actually sometimes comes into these streams. She does actually appear sometimes. It depends when. She's very supportive and I'm very thankful and very appreciative of her. But, you know, of course, not everyone's coming out story is like that, but I thought it was kind of funny. It's kind of silly. I don't know. I hope that like if you ever feel afraid or anything of this sort, you just never know what to expect. And half of the time is actually much better than what you think would happen. So don't be afraid and don't be afraid to be yourself, especially unapologetically. You gotta be yourself. It's very important. If you're not, I will bite you. Don't worry, we'll get you pregnant one day. That is your answer to that?